We're approaching that time of year to put some work in getting rid of the weeds that are in your lawn, as well as preventing new ones from growing this spring. This video is all about pre-emergent. We're going to show you some options for applying it and how to kill existing weeds in your lawn without damaging your grass. We'll cover what pre-emergent is, options for applying it, and the pros and cons of those options, as well as some safety considerations you'll want to be aware of. Let's get started. Well, the first question you probably have is, what is pre-emergent? Well, one definition is that it's a selective herbicide that creates a vapor barrier that interrupts the weed's germination process by attacking its ability to grow roots.
Huh?
It's basically a specialized weed killer that prevents weeds from growing in your lawn for several months.
So exactly how do I apply this pre-emergent?
Well, I'm glad you asked. To answer that, we need to cover the three major forms that pre-emergent comes in so you can decide which one is best for you. Let's start with granular. Now, granular pre-emergent has the benefit that it's easy to apply. All you need is a bag of pre-emergent and a broadcast spreader to apply it to your lawn. There's no mixing, there's no mess, it's easy. For lawns 10,000 square feet or smaller, it really makes a lot of sense to consider the granular option, since a single bag is enough to provide adequate coverage for your entire lawn. Now, as far as which brand of pre-emergent to go with, which type, I'm a real big fan of Prodiamine. It's less expensive and will keep your lawn weed-free from spring well into the summer months. The other common methods for applying pre-emergent in your lawn are water dispersible granules and liquids. Now, while neither of these are particularly difficult, they are going to require that you have a few other pieces of equipment in order to pull them off. You're going to need a backpack sprayer, and you're going to want to ensure that backpack sprayer is properly calibrated. Now, if that sounds complicated, I can assure you it is not. I'll have a video that you can watch at the end of this one that explains the process in detail. Promise you it's not hard. So the question now is, why would you want to choose liquids over granular? The biggest reason is control. When you use liquid pre-emergent, you're able to have more control over the amount of the active ingredient that you're putting into your lawn. So if you decide that you want to go a bit heavier, then you can do that with liquids, whereas with granular, it's more difficult to have control over how much of the active ingredient that you're applying to your lawn at any given time. Another reason is that liquids make it easy for you to mix post-emergent herbicides along with your pre-emergent. So let's say you have a case where your lawn already has weeds, right? So you've got some clover, perhaps some poannual in your lawn, and you want to be able to take care of those. With granulars, your options are limited for post-emergent and pre-emergent all in one application. Whereas with liquids, you could take your water dispersible granule of Prodiamine and add something like Image to it, and that's going to give you pre-emergent coverage, meaning it's going to prevent weeds in the future, and it's going to provide post-emergent coverage, which is going to kill the existing annual bluegrass or poannual in your lawn, as well as clover, wild onion, and a few other things. So that's a big reason why liquids are more attractive than granular. You also get a lot more coverage. So you have a bigger lawn, the liquids will go a lot further than the granules with as far as coverage based on dollars spent. Now, I just spoke about water dispersible granules, but now what if you just want an all-in-one product? Something that I'm really a big fan of that I started using this past fall is a liquid product called Coastal. Now, I'm really a big fan of this for a couple of reasons. One, it has the same pre-emergent that we've been talking about and have been focusing on called Prodiamine, but it also contains imazaquin and simazine, so two post-emergent herbicides to really take care of the existing weeds in your lawn. The biggest reason to go with a product like Coastal is that it's just convenient. You don't have to get out a measuring container and measure out your water dispersible granules and weigh that and mix that in the tank, and then measure out like Image and then add that to the tank. Literally, it's an all-in-one product. All you need is a measuring container that you accurately put the right amount of product in for amount of water you're mixing it with, and go to town. Super easy. You're primarily paying for convenience whenever you choose a product like Coastal. Regardless of which type of application method you use, whether you decide to go with granular, which for most of you guys, the first time around, I'm going to say granular is going to be the way to go, or you decide to go with liquids, it's super important that you wear the proper PPE. By that, I mean the proper personal protective equipment. And on the labels for most of these products, they're going to call for that you wear shoes with socks, long pants, a long sleeve shirt, and gloves. Out of an abundance of caution, I also like to wear safety glasses anytime I'm handling herbicides. It's just best to keep this stuff off your skin and out of your eyes as much as possible. Well, I hope you found this useful, but I know what you're probably asking. You're saying, well, Ron, you told us about Granular Prodiamine. You told us about the water dispersible granules, and you told us about coastal, but you didn't actually give us any detail on how to apply, how to mix, how to use these on our lawn. We got you covered. Here and here are 2 videos you can watch next, depending on which one you decide you want to go with, that will help answer those questions. I cover every part of it in excruciating detail, and I hope you find them useful. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. It's time